This is the Simpli Sisters Podcast. Girl, get in here, settle down, settle in, take up space and breathe. Come in this safe space where we believe in the power of sisterhood. We encourage truth and dialogue that promotes peace, clarity, and freedom. Join us here for conversations for the soul, because there is so much to talk about.
Hello, and welcome to Simpli Sisters Podcast. I'm Simpli Tammy.
And I'm Coach Gayl Benson.
And today our topic is life after survival. And there's more to life than just surviving. And there's a lot to talk about on this topic. So basically, life after survival. And what did you survive? And what are you moving on from? And what that entails afterwards, because once you start moving away from something, there has to be change.
Right.
And if you're moving away from something, you're moving away from it for a reason. There is a specific purpose in it, which means that you want something new, something different.
Right.
And you want your life to start transforming into something new, because you want what? To heal. You want peace, okay? You want to gain something different than there was before. We found ourselves in that position. Now we're on this side of it, so we want to kind of talk to you all about it. And it's so much to talk about where this is concerned. And first thing that happens is when you step away from the surviving thing that you stepped away for, there's a certain scaredness.
Oh, yeah.
There's a certain fear.
Yeah.
And that fear is of the unknown, because now you're in different chartered waters. Okay. It's like the Atlantic Ocean, and then you're coming in off the cruise. Now you're back in the intercoastal. Now you've got to figure out how to get back out there into that sea and survive. So basically, you have to take a deep breath, okay? And this thing is, in the process, is painful, Gayl.
It is.
It's scary. It's a painful process. You
It is.
want to add to that?
Oh, yeah, completely. It is scary. Fear is present every single day.
It is.
Every single day. The victory is that, and the blessing is that we get to choose.
Yeah.
You know how you have a picture, and my mother showed this to me. I was just so disgusted by a picture that I had really loved. And I was like, how did this get messed up like this? So I took the picture down, and my mother said, Gayl, why don't you realize that all you need to do is to get a new frame? Just get a new frame.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
And before I accepted my ridiculousness of having a whole fit about that picture, before I accepted my responsibility, because I negated to realize all I had to do was to change the frame, then it was my talk. It was my mindset. Well, now I got to go all the way to the store. And I got to be bothered with people just to go in there to go get a new frame. And my mother didn't say a word. She just walked off. As y'all know, all those who know my mama, y'all know the quiet walk off. And at that point, I knew the choice was mine.
Right.
And doing life, whatever it is we're surviving, or we feel we're surviving, whatever it is we're trying to make a shift from, it's your mindset. It's the things you tell yourself that you can and can't do about that situation, experience, circumstance, whatever oppression, if something oppressive is on you, even if it's something traumatic, we still get to have the choice. We get the opportunity to decide what do we do from here on.
Right.
And whether we know what to do at that time or not, the fact that you choose not to be stuck in that place. We get to decide for ourselves that there is more for me. I am not this offense. I am not this circumstance. And me telling myself this through many things that I have encountered, and I would say in the last 18 to 20 years, self-talk is a valuable tool if you use it the right way.
Right.
The right way.
Yeah.
So I have had to buy numerous new frames for my brain.
Yeah.
I had to retrain how my perspective presented things to myself.
Right.
Because your thoughts, be very careful.
Mm.
Because your thoughts will talk you in or out
Right.
of something. And surely there's some things we need to be ushered into and through, but there are some things that it wants to talk you out of. And don't normalize deficit and lack.
Mhm.
Because I notice a lot of times, even with myself, we accept the lack and the deficit and what we don't have. We settle into that way too easily.
Right.
Instead of believing that we do have the power. I say this all the time. My cousin Karen is saying this to me as long as I can remember
Right.
that you have the tools to pick and choose.
We do.
You just have to choose wisely.
Right.
And if we make a wrong decision, guess what? If you get to wake up and open your eyes in a new day, it's an opportunity for you to try to do it differently.
Right. So you make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You have to live with the choice. And sometimes it may feel like a Mack truck hits you.
Yes.
But that's when the fight up begins. And when you begin to fight up, if you are wilding out during that process, then you'll miss your first entrance into the door of the change. You have to, after you make that decision and you've survived this thing, sit still, step back and sit still. Some people get scared and they are everywhere and everything. They're too actively involved in too much. And they allow that to be the filler.
It's a distraction.
To be the distraction for what is truly happening and going on. So when you make that choice to survive or you walk away from something, I don't care what you walk away, job, relationship, most time it's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So a relationship can be with somebody, job, somebody home, whatever. It's tough. But then too, if you're coming out of a marriage, you have to think about now, you don't have the finances you had. You have to take care of the bills. You have to take care of certain things. And there's just a certain order of things that happens. And during that process, it's scary. It was scary for me. And trying to, I forgot about that bill. Let me write this stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get, I forgot about that. Oh, now I got to cut the grass. Oh, I need somebody to cut the grass. Wait. The roof needs taken care of. This needs taken care of. And it's like, it's a whole different thing. And you have to sit down and you have to mentally take this thing slow.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will make mistakes. And I made plenty of mistakes in the beginning because some of my choices were wrong. Because I'm out here by myself and I'm trying to figure it out. But that's fair. It's going to happen. You have to make the mistakes in order to learn.
When we talk about doing life differently, one thing I want to talk about is understand when the fight is over.
Yes.
Know when
Beautiful.
the fight is over.
Beautiful.
I remember as a child, as a kid, and we would get into fights. And we would be fighting, and the fight was over. I want to fight somebody else. Know when the fight is over.
Right.
Stop retelling that same story to yourself, to keep yourself antiquated and to keep yourself in confusion is costly. Confusion is very costly.
Damaging.
And you have to know when the fight is over. When Mike Tyson won all those fights in 10, 11, 12 seconds, 3 seconds, whatever it was, the baby, it was quick.
It was quick.
He didn't continue fighting. He knew when he was the victor.
Yes.
We don't always know when our victory moment is, but know when the fight is over because you choose to start the growth and the healing. If you're still living in the thing that you've been surviving, if you've been in the wilderness, wandering around aimlessly trying to find your way out, and you find your way out, but you still stay there, again, that's another decision that you've made.
Yeah.
Know when the fight is over. It takes time to go from surviving to living.
It does.
I had to choose. The first time I feel like in my life as an adult that I started living was last year in 2025.
Yes.
And I made a vow, and thank you, Carla Thomas. Carla Thomas, and she didn't say it out loud to me. It was just our conversations, and those conversations led me to see when I was hearing myself. Sometimes you got to talk it out. Sometimes you got to hear some things out loud and paint that picture for you to see where you have been and where you have been willing to stay.
Yeah.
Because you're scared or maybe something you just don't know.
Yeah.
But I happened to be lined up with somebody who showed me a pathway to living. And when I vowed to live and I tried to back out of it, she was like, oh, no, you're not.
Yes.
She held me accountable. She held me accountable, even though I felt there were so many things that I had to face. And that I thought were roadblocks this just not a good idea. This just a sign that I shouldn't be doing this and I can't go. And guess what? When I went and I took that trip to Brazil last year, it changed my life. And I realized that there is so much more life that I didn't allow myself to live.
Right.
There were so many things that nobody else held me back. I held myself back from doing. And I noticed that almost by default, I said the things that I couldn't do. But I learned I had to change what I said to myself when I spoke over myself. And I put a new frame on what my view of living was.
Yeah.
Because living is just not getting up, going to work, paying the bills, taking care of your family, and doing it all over again, rinse and repeat. That is not living. That is existing. You're surviving. What are you surviving that you need to let go of so you can start living?
Yeah, well, I realized there's no husband, children are grown, and it's me. I have desires and dreams, and how am I going to get there? But a couple of mistakes I made was things that I wanted that I didn't get during that process because it was just like ignore. I was not able to verbalize. I went out and did after I was in the midst of a divorce. I went and got my tattoos that I wanted, that I designed, and I put them on my body. That's what I wanted. I think they're cute.
I do too.
I went out and I did some other things that I wanted to do. I went and bought my Mercedes truck off on. Wish I had kept that money now because I like my Jeep. I mean, I still love Mercedes, but I love my truck I have now, and it's more sustainable to my life. But there was no mom, no dad. There was nobody to pick me up and say, hey, it was me. And I was settling, and it was an ocean with 6-foot waves and swells, and I had to keep coming up. And the best thing about it is my little pastor son and my little pastor's daughter, my little Christian kids.
Them onward Christian soldiers.
Oh my gosh, man, they just cheered me on and prayed me on, and we prayed together. And the one thing that just happened that just stole my heart was when my daughter and my son said, Mama, you got this. They said, don't you know you got this? You're capable. So I didn't need mama, daddy. I didn't need grandma and all these other people. I had me. So then I started believing in myself.
Right.
I started going and pulling stuff out. I started setting my garage up. I had all the tripod, what do you call them?
Them flip charts and
all this
poster boards.
I had for years. And I'm like, wouldn't it have been beautiful to be able to stay married and do all this together?
That wasn't God's plan.
The plan was now, so life after the sacrifice, you made that decision. So then you have to live with it.
And I tell people all the time, and I'm happy to say it here today, when you make life decisions, you have to be prepared to live with them because other people will live with it. I'll live with it. I have to live with my decisions.
Right.
But the decisions that we make, don't make them for other people. Nobody stands in your shoes. Nobody knows the problem behind your praise. Nobody knows the story behind your tears.
Right.
No one knows what you had to persevere through but you. I don't care how close people are with you. There are some dark times and questionable days that you don't talk about.
Right.
And that you get the right to celebrate on this side because you decided that there's more for you. And that you won't accept anything less because I promise when you get a taste of peace, When you get a taste of what that feels like when you walking in your purpose, it's powerful. And you won't do life any other way, but take your time.
Yes.
And we'll tell you some steps that you need to take in order to embrace living and having a life outside of survival mode.
Yes. And I always ask myself, were the consequences worth it? If you can answer that question, yes. Started something beautiful and new.
Yeah.
Because I ask myself that all the time. Were the consequences worth it? Yes. Because I look at my life now and the people in it and the love I have. Yes.
And the lessons learned.
Let's
Because once you learn it, you won't unlearn it. You take those valuable lessons with you, whether they were painful, whether they were joyful, whether they stretched you, it's still a part of your journey.
Well, listen, we'll be right back.
We'll see you on the other
See you
side.
on the-
Hey sis.
Welcome back to Simpli Sisters Podcast. We are on the other side of our discussion about life living after survival mode. And this discussion, it can be applied across all things personal and professional and developmental.
Right.
You know, when we decide that there's more for us and we want more,
Yes.
there's more already assigned to us. We have to just make that decision that we are going to do it. You know, as we get used to, and let me get back to me because I'll be tired of feel like I'm trying to tell y'all about yourself. But I don't know some of y'all.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm going to lay this out for you. And if it applies, very good. If it don't, keep on living. So if you're constantly in the forest, I'm going to talk about my favorite movie of all times is The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And the three of them was hopping and skipping down through this lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, they were in the forest. The monkeys came for them. They tore their head a mess. They
Right.
got snatched up,
Right.
so on and so forth. But they were prepared because they wanted to see the wizard. Even facing fear in the dark time. When the sign told them, I would turn around if I was you. But what they wanted it so much that they were willing to face that fear.
Right.
Now, once you get used to stepping across scorpions and serpents, because we have dominion, so every creepy, crawly thing is under our feet.
Right. Right.
So when we keep going through the forest, the thing that never lose focus of is that you're going through. You're not stuck. And I will tell you this, I just learned this of the Bible. Well, I ain't just learned this Bible verse, but it was my perception of it.
Mhm.
It says, though I walk through the valley
Yes.
of the shadow of death, thou art with me. He didn't say you weren't going to go through tumultuous and perilous times. He just said that you're going to walk through it, but I'm going to be with you.
Mhm.
There is no promise anywhere that
Mhm.
says that life won't get heavy, things won't be hard, but we are made to do hard things.
Mhm.
It's just that we make a decision not to do them. When you get through the forest and you make your way out, you greet the sunshine, a prairie full of flowers, a pathway laid for you to walk forward and not look back. But you
Right.
don't let the forest go. Because we learned some behaviors while we were in the forest. We learned some survival skills while we were in the forest.
Ooh, girl.
I think about some of the things my father told me about his time in Vietnam, the things they had to do to survive in the forest when there wasn't no food, the things they had to eat, the things they had to do, how to hide, how to cover themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once you're out of the forest, you can't function in the real world doing survival things because it no longer applies. You have to accept the version of you that needs to grow and the parts of yourself that you need to let go of because it's not always somebody else. It's not always a circumstance. There's parts of us that we need to let go of. When you are out of the forest and you see a pathway, and if the pathway is not there, guess what? Keep moving. Keep moving forward. Don't look back. Don't pay homage to Lot's wife.
Yes.
Don't pay homage to her. Because she was told,
Don't look.
no matter what you hear,
Yes.
do not look back. And everybody was moving forward, but she had to look back. And she is still there over in the Mediterranean, somewhere over out there in that place where they from. Don't ask me to quote
Yes.
where they at, because I don't know and you don't know either.
Yeah.
But she's still out there standing strong. That pillar of salt, because she looked back.
Instruction.
Follow instruction. Even when you don't see the path, follow instruction.
But you have to learn to stay the course. And by staying the course, that means you have to have faith and you have to believe in the choice that you made now, because if you don't have belief in yourself, then you're going to stay stagnant. You're going to be stuck in the forest. You're going to have a form of peace, and you're going to have to pull on the divine. Your spiritual side has to kick in, because some of us make decisions and we walk right back into another wrong decision. I did. I don't know. I still today can't figure that mess out, but I'm not going to try. I've moved on from it. But staying the course is everything. Because on the other side of this, you're going to have to start killing some of those old ways. You're going to have and adapt new ways. Okay. You're going to have to manifest. Okay. Say you get a divorce and you're moving into a new home, or you keep the same house you were living in. Do you want to keep the same furniture and look at it every day? Or do you want to do something new? In my case, I didn't want to look at the same furniture, bedroom set, anything. I wanted it all gone. I wanted a clean slate so that I could build what I want. And what I built, I love coming home and I'm like, whoa, that is beautiful. I love it. Okay. And I did it for me, not for everybody else. I did it for me. And it's what I wanted and what I dreamed of. And everybody's not going to understand your dream. Okay. I understood my dreams and I have made them come to fruition. And now I have this peace. I have the spiritual knowledge. I have the divine leading me. All that old stuff, I let go. You know, we were talking yesterday and you said something about one of the pictures in your house. How it was a reminder of something and you wanted something to replace it with something else. That's what this is all about. Your mindset, your spiritual, and why are you doing all of this? You're trying to lead yourself to a peaceful space and place and position, okay? The other part of it is go out, get you a deep massage, get your feet done by yourself. Don't bring your girls. This is part of you learning to love you. Go out and get the massage, a deep massage, a 60, 90-minute massage. When you're laying there, you're just relaxing. Your body is learning to relax. Your nerves and your muscles, okay? Don't go in, get the massage, and then come back with a lot of havoc. You're just defeating the purpose.
Pick up mess as soon as they walk out the door.
Go get your feet done. I've learned now, I go get my feet done, and it's just so exhilarating. I move myself.
Girl, that chair, using the chair.
I gotta talk about that chair. That massage chair massages. When I say everything, massages everything.
I might go when I leave here.
Delete old photos. Change your hair. I changed my hair. I wanted locks. Went and got them. At first, I was wearing the faux locks. My hair started growing, so I said, "Hey, I took those out. Now I wear my own hair." So, I mean, do things you want to do. You have one life, and if you left a situation, then don't do the same things the same way, because you're
prolonging and you're delaying yourself. Yeah.
You're staying stagnant.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what what came to my mind when Tammy was bringing up those very valuable points is I wanted to ask, a question is, what are we so afraid of when the topic of starting over? What is the taboo about starting over. There is no failure in starting over. To me, that's victory. Is that you've conquered something and now you're shifting into something new.
Yeah.
And you've made the decision to lean into the shift so that you could get catapulted into a whole nother experience of release the fear, the stigma that you hear from other people, because when other people talk about starting over, don't let them put their fears on you, and then it impacts your future, your power, and your purpose.
Right.
Let them walk their walk or not in their own shoes.
Right.
And when Tammy talked about getting rid of old pieces of ourselves and old habits, please do not be afraid to release some people. Because I promise you, if you were in the ocean, we back swimming, okay? If you were in the ocean and you had things tied to you and attached to you that were wearing you down, you cut it off in a second to save your life.
Yes.
And there are things and people weighing you down, and God is waiting for you to set them free. You keep looking, Lord, why this and why that? And I can't get this, and this ain't happening for me. But the onus is on you, because he can't place you in proximity, because he can't even trust you to make the right decision to follow him.
Right.
Cut and set those people
Yes.
free. Once you set them free, they gonna float off and go where they supposed to go anyway.
But that leads to your confidence level in yourself and your own ability. But you need all these people to help you be you. And to feel good about you. And when you can do that yourself,
I promise you don't.
and let me tell you something, when people see you doing something differently, you learn about what they're going to say. But what happens is kind of the opposite. They kind of they try to kind of add a little bit to the new you and what you're doing. You know, people may talk and do all this stuff, but
They still watching.
they still watch you. And let me tell you something, when you get up in the morning or when you're out and you just feel so good because you're making these decisions, you're doing these things, and you're not relying on those others. They don't know what they're doing. So y'all just don't know what you're doing together. And it feels good to you because why? I don't know.
The misery love company. And when you gravitate toward the light, that's going to remind them that they're stuck. It reminds them of the work they're not willing to do. When you gravitate and you grow, and there is a section of your life that you have to leave behind, you are not here to please people.
Right.
Your goal in life is to please God and do the work that he has created you to do. So when you move on and you grow, of course, it's a reminder of the things that they didn't do or the things that they said they could not do. But that is not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. You have to lean in and trust. Trust is a very hard thing to earn, but it's the easiest thing to lose. And if you don't trust yourself, how can you move forward? I'm going to tell you something about me. It was something that I said I would never do because I had no knowledge about it, because it just looked so painful to me.
Right.
And when I got in, health had changed, and I had to fight for my life, and I had to do things differently. And one of the things that I ended up having to do, I decided to do, it was suggested to me, and I decided to do it, and I got acupuncture. My God.
Yeah.
I cannot stay off them people table. Poke me. Stick me right now. I love the feeling after I had that acupuncture in a serene and relaxed environment. It changed my life emotionally. Clarity came, the relaxation, and I realized that I could live my life this way with peace, relax, with clarity and an open mind. I'm not telling you to go get acupuncture, but I would suggest if you can, please do. But stop shying away and saying what you can't do. Because life is more than surviving. God put you here to live and live life abundantly. You can have the things that you envision for yourself. You can do the things that people tell you you can't do. Fear is always going to be present, but it's the choice to do it anyway.
Right.
Thoughts are going to come in your mind, but it's the choice to not let them lead your behavior and to lead how you talk to yourself.
Well, the other part of it is when you start doing something different and your friend you thought was your friend they start giving you the shun. You know how people get. You need to pay attention to that because you want supportive friends when you're moving into a new life. And
Growth-minded
let me
circles,
tell you about
please.
my acupuncture. I went somewhere in Orlando, and this lady came in, and I'm just gonna name her Miss Swoon. And she just came in. I said, and I got scared. I said, this lady gonna do the stuff too hard because she looked like she was strong, and she was just as gentle. See, preconceived notions, and she was just as nice. But when she walked in the room, I was like, so we can't do that. These preconceived idea, this lady's gonna hurt me. She's gonna take this needle and she's gonna hit it a little too hard and all this stuff. And so she was like, hi. I'm like, the voice didn't match. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we've enjoyed being here with you all. Thank you for watching this episode with us. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing the Simpli Sisters podcast with someone that you love. Thank you for being a part of the Simply Circle family. All the details in the description can lead you to our Facebook page.
Yes.
Email us at info@simplisisterspodcast.com if you have topic suggestions. And please step into our world and go over to our website at www.simplisisterspodcast.com. We hope to see you back here next Tuesday at 6 a.m. because there's always so much to talk about. But until then, we hope you make it happen beautifully. We love you. Bye-bye.